Everybody, I'm going to do a project through the Ripstop by the Roll. They have little Dyneema pouches, kits that you can buy. And this first one I'm going to do is this little small, like a wallet size. And they use the 2.92 weight is what I got. It's a little bit tougher. This is what I would hold my credit cards and maybe a couple dollars and my car key and something like this. It has a little girl grain thing that I can attach those backpacks out of a little clip. So it's that's the size. And I also got the kit for the medium size as well. So let's do this little one. A small kit, and I got the yellow C. And this is the 2.92 Dyneema composite fiber. And so that's the yellow color, and they make a lot. I mean, you can pick every single color there is now. So you get the little piece of fabric, and you get the zipper, and then there's a zipper pull, and I'm assuming there's probably a little piece of grow grain right there to make loops. Zipper, and actually it's a nice kind of semi-waterproof zipper. That's really nice. And then the zipper itself. So that's the whole kit that you get, and they do have directions that you can download. The blank that they give you, and there's this border around the edge, which is still the Dyneema. And so it's 7.5 by, it's like 5 3/4, but the actual yellow part is 6.5 by 4 3/4. So depending on what you want this to become, and I'm going to make it a wallet, and that's kind of, I think, the biggest practical piece. So if we had it folded in half, and there's a typical credit card. You can, if you wanted to, you could use this selvage edge. It's not really selvage; it's actual Dyneema. But if you wanted it to make it as lightweight of a wallet and just a wallet size, I would say go ahead and trim this off, because you're going to, when you hem, do about a 1/4 inch hem on each side, and then your zipper stuff. So you don't have to cut this off, and but I will, just for this is actual wallet. Now to cut Dyneema, it doesn't cut, say, like regular fabric unless you have some really nice scissors, like I do, that will cut Dyneema. If you have like dull scissors, this will probably not work so well. The first thing you need to do is separate the zipper. You can just do that by pulling it apart. And then you can decide on which side you want to use for the outside of your wallet, because you have to kind of establish that right off the bat. On this side, it's more of a dull side, and this is a much shinier side. It doesn't quite have as much color, in my opinion, when the light hits it. This has a lot more color. So this is going to be the outside of my wallet, the darker side. Now on the zipper, you have the teeth up on this side and teeth down on this side. So when you want to put it on, you want the teeth up on top of the fabric, like that, because when you're done sewing it, what you're going to do is actually fold that back, and then you'll have your teeth up. Now this zipper is called, I think, Eurotech, and it actually has a shiny side and a more fabric-y dull side. So you want the shiny side facing up, and you want the outside of your fabric facing up. So this is where it's going to go, and I'm going to have it overlap a little bit on each side. Now, one little tip that I've come to love is I've got this really thin roll of Dyneema double back tape, and I like to use it to help me just keep things in place. It doesn't add a lot of weight, but it helps me personally, just because I've got big fat fingers, give just a little bit of grip so it'll hold things in place for me. One thing I've noticed about these Dyneema tapes is actually the more you can press it on and get it in there and then kind of let it sit for a few minutes to start bonding, the better it does. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on the other side and let that bond for a few minutes. Just rub off any extra tape just with your thumb and forefinger, if any overlapped, or you could just cut it off. But you'll get used to that, doing those kind of things, the more you use the Dyneema and Dyneema tape, the little things you can do. Now, the thread I'm going to be using is an outdoor thread. It's a polyester thread. So, and I'm going to use gray because I like yellow and gray going together. And the needle, you always want to use a sharp needle, not a blunt needle, like, say, you would sew denim pants or whatever with. The fabric's not the same, so you want just to make a really small hole in the fabric that you're using and not to push the fibers apart like what normal needles do. Now, if you can, use a zipper foot on your machine. I'm not going to go into how to use zipper foots or all that. There's plenty of YouTube on that. You can use your standard foot that comes with your sewing machine, and hopefully there's a way to move your needle left to right. So you want to try and get as close to the zipper, the teeth, as you can when you do this first sewing thing. So I'm going to use a zipper foot. There's actually like a cool little channel that where the teeth are that rides up underneath the zipper foot. And I've got this little Dyneema tape that I'm going to remove now. And this isn't needed. This is just helps me. Okay, so now what I want to do is not butt the zipper right up to the edge. I want to bring it out about a good inch. They give you plenty of zipper to do this, and so you can easily have it overhang. So see, that just helps me. So and I've got my sewing machine. I've got it slowed way down. I haven't sewed it in a while. I've got my zipper or my stitch length to 3.5, which is what I found with my particular sewing machine that works really well. I'm just going to do a few stitches. I'm going to back stitch. Yeah, I'll just run it right along. Speed it up a little bit. To the end. And back stitch, block it off. Good. We fold it over, it'll be a real nice clean stitch right along there. So now I'm going to just go back and sew that down. So now I'm going to go ahead and sew on the other side. On the other side, so on this side I had 1 inch hanging over this way, and on the other side I'm going to have more hanging over. Or I'm going to do the same thing, but then it's opposite. So I have more on one side and more on the other. You'll see later on why that makes it easier to put the zipper on. And this can be, you can have it overlap quite a bit actually. There's no set rule, but it just makes it easier to put the zipper part on later. Now I'm going to switch back to my standard fit for the rest of the project. Okay, so to finish up the zippers, I'm going to crease it down, and I'm going to just do a right up. So I'm going to butt this end right up next to the zipper, and that'll give me a nice little 1/4 inch offside. So it just finishes up that zipper really nice. Slow it down again. There we go. I'll do that to the other side as well. All right, so now we've got it zipped down, nice and clean. I'll do that to the other side now. Okay, so this is where the fun begins. So what we need to do is put the two zipper halves together. And on a zipper, you've got like the separator side, and then you've got the put it together side. You have the put it together side where they puts all the teeth together on this side, and then this spread that out. You got the spread out side to go on first, and we're going to pick this long side, thread that on there. And you want to, of course, have the little flip tab up, teeth up, flip tab up. Okay, so once you get it on there, we're going to bring it down to the short end. And you want to try and get everything evened up as much as possible. Now this is where you feed this other end in there. As much as you can, you got to cram it in there. And then it's just kind of a tug of war. Make sure everything's evened up. Make sure it's got a little bit of room in there. Come on. I think we're getting it. There we go. That took a little bit of force, but eventually you get it. Hopefully everything will line up close enough. See, I'm off there, so I'm going to pull it all apart, try and get those closer together. Okay. Took a few tries, but I think I've got it pretty close. Could work at it, but it's just really kind of a total pain. So there we got a nice zipper. Pretty cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is actually flip this whole thing inside out. Get it all nice and neat. So we got it inside out now, and we want to position the zipper so it's kind of somewhere down like that. So you can put this anywhere you want. It's up to you, but if you're going to be slipping cards in here, so if I slip a card in there, that'll be about right there. And if you want to use their little grow grain and add some little tabs on it, so they gave us about 6.5 inches of grow grain, and we can cut that in half. You keep the grow grain from fraying, we'll just give it a little heat singe. We'll fold that in half. Now I'm going to do the side that doesn't have the little zipper on it. I'm going to put my little piece of grow grain up inside there. I'm going to align it with this edge of the foot to the edge of the little Dyneema package. Lock it off. Now this is where, when you go over a zipper, take your time, go real slow, let the needle kind of find its way through. Next inch. Good. Now I'm going to back off the zipper a little bit so I can sew. You will not be able to sew over that zipper, that little actual zipper thing. I backed it off. Back it up. Still riding right down the side of that foot. Now I'm going to make sure I keep these as close together as I can, and let that needle find its way over the zipper. Knock it off. There we go. Now at this point, I can trim off the extra zipper pieces. And clean it up. Now all that's left is to move the zipper back there, and then we just turn it all inside out. Zip that up, and that might help with box all the corners. Zip her up. Put my credit card in. There we go. There is an ultralight Dyneema wallet, and that's pretty cool. Definitely helps to have that little tab on that end.